traveling Epicurean. Today's show is all about MasterChef open call in New York City, and I'm going. It's this weekend. They're gonna give me 5 minutes to plate up a dish because there's so many people there, so I better be prepared. Today I'm gonna show you how I make my ginger peanut sesame sauce and a spicy sweet and sour mango sauce that I decorate the plate with when I plate up my shrimp and trifles. So come with me and I'm gonna show you how to get going on that first sauce. So this is what we're going to need for our ginger peanut sesame sauce. I have fresh ginger, peanut butter, I use Teddy's, low sodium soy sauce, a fresh lime. We're going to squeeze that, toasted sesame oil, sriracha for a little bit of a kick. I use some wasabi, that's optional. That's my secret ingredient. I have vegetable oil. Olive oil is a little bit overpowering. Rice wine vinegar. I have red wine vinegar, honey, sugar, some pineapple juice that I'm going to dissolve the cornstarch in. So I'm going to get this all in the bowl over here, and then I'm going to whisk that up, and then we'll get it on the stove to cook out that cornstarch. Well, you know me and sauces. I'm really excited to show you how to make these two sauces that I came up with for the MasterChef open call. And these are great. This ginger peanut sesame sauce is an awesome sauce for dipping, for like chicken, grilled chicken satay or steak, and it goes great with those shrimp rolls. So I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of this Teddy's all natural peanut butter, and I'm not going to show you how I make the shrimp rolls. There'll actually be a link that you can click on, and actually I think it'll be on the side if you want to take a look at that. I'm going to do 1/4 cup of the soy sauce. And I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of this wonderful toasted sesame oil. You can buy this anywhere, and boy, does it have a lot of flavor. Put in the red wine vinegar and the sugar. I'm going to dissolve the cornstarch and give it a couple of minutes to sit with the pineapple juice, just so it can dissolve. I got in our 1 tablespoon of our ginger. Look how beautiful that pulp is. I just have, let's see, I have a tablespoon of the rice wine vinegar. And then I'm just going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of my wasabi powder, my secret ingredient. Wasabi and soy. Who doesn't love that combination? And be careful not to breathe that wasabi powder in, because it will definitely give you a punch. And then I have 1/2 of the lime. I'm going to wait to squeeze the other 1/2 of the lime, because I'm going to see how the consistency is going to turn out when I'm heating it up. Alright, so I'm just going to start whisking this and get that peanut butter incorporated into all those other different items here and get a smooth consistency. And then we're going to get this on the stove. Oh, the aromas of the peanut butter and the ginger and the sesame oil. You're going to knock your socks off. They smell so incredibly good. Heat up to a medium-high just to get it going. I want that sugar to melt a little bit. Because that's going to thicken up for us and I can see the consistency. So look how pretty that consistency is. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it has really thickened up. It's really nice. So I have my cornstarch over here, and I'm not going to use all of it. I only had 1 teaspoon of cornstarch into 2 or 3, actually 3 tablespoons of pineapple juice. I'm just going to use 1 teaspoon there, and then I'm going to whisk that in. Because I think that might be enough. You know, you don't want it to be too thick, then I won't be able to decorate the plates with it. It won't come out of the squeeze bottle. That would be definitely a problem. I whisked it for a couple of minutes, and it's actually gotten a little bit darker in color. It's really, really gorgeous. I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'm gonna add a little bit more of the juice from that fresh lime there, because it's gonna thicken up as it cools. All right, so look what I got going on here. I've let this cool a little bit, and the oil is separating just a little bit, and that would be disastrous if I am decorating with this sauce. So to finish up the sauce and to combine it so it's a tighter sauce, I'm gonna add in that just a little squeeze of that lime juice from the other half of the lime. I'm not using the whole lime. And I'll whisk this in. This tastes, by the way, out of this world. Just we need to fine tune the sauce. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in a little bit of half and half. This is a cold sauce, so it's going to be refrigerated. And that half and half is really going to tie it in and help the texture. It's really going to help that texture become smooth and soft and easy to decorate. So it's not going to separate, because we don't want that to separate when it hits that plate. And it's so delicious, so hopefully it won't stay on the plate for very long. All right, that sauce is done. On to our mango sauce. All right, so we got the ginger peanut sesame sauce down. Boy, that took me a couple of rounds before I got to that round to actually perfect that. So this sauce is going into the fridge. It is finished. We're gonna work on our spicy sweet and sour mango sauce right now. Get this going, and then we're gonna decorate those plates. To the side, I have a half a cup of mango and 1 cup of pineapple juice. I'm gonna put the sugar. We have a 1/4 cup of sugar. That goes right in. We have a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. Remember, this is sweet and sour. So we have a little different combination of items going on here. And then I have the ketchup. Should have shake this so you don't get all the liquid from the ketchup. I'm gonna pour just a teaspoon. Got that in there. And then we need about a teaspoon of hot sauce. I usually don't measure, but I'll measure for you guys. I usually just eyeball it. Got that in there. And then just a smidgen of salt. You know, if you need to measure, you could say 1/8 of a teaspoon. So we got the hot sauce, the ketchup. I have my other rasp, and I have my fresh ginger, and I'm gonna grate this right into our bowl here. And this is gonna be about a teaspoon of ginger. So let's stir that in. We'll give a squeeze of 1/2 a lemon. And I'm cupping it like this to catch any of the seeds, or you can do it through a mesh sieve. And I'm going to save the other half of the lemon in case we need to loosen it up if it gets too thick on the stove. All right, that looks beautiful. Let's get this over to the stove. So really look at the liquid form that this starts off as, okay? This is going to be really thick when we get finished with it. It's starting to simmer right now, so I'm going to turn it down to a medium. And then I'm going to start to pour in my cornstarch and keep stirring as I'm doing that. And then I'm going to keep stirring, just like that. And that's 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of water. And see how it gets a little bit opaque, but that's going to cook through, and then it's going to get translucent again. So you just have to be patient. If it's bubbling too much, turn it down to low, and we're going to let this go for about 8 to 10 minutes till it gets thick. or thicker, should I say, because it's already getting thick. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Really nice. But it's not quite translucent yet, and the mango has to soften up more, because then we're going to push it through a sieve, and it's going to be a beautiful sauce. It already tastes delicious, and the flavors need to develop just a little bit more. So look how some of this ginger just mashes up so nicely with a fork. Some is, like I said, a little bit fibrous, and it's a little harder to do that, but once they start to soften up after they've been simmering for a pinch, this one might be a little bit more difficult now because it's looking really beautiful. It's a really nice consistency, and I really don't want to, I'm worried about it getting too thick, but it looks great. I'm going to put it through the sieve and let it cool in the bowl. There it goes. It looks really pretty. You know, and it's going to just keep getting thicker and thicker as it cools. And I'm going to wait till it's fully cooled before I decide if I'm going to add anything to it to loosen it up. And then I'm just going to push this sauce through the, see how it comes out nicely through the bottom? Then you know it's not too thick. If you can't get it through the mesh, you know that you've definitely cooked it for too long. And then I'm going to run it along the bottom to get the rest of that. All right, well, these little cups came out perfectly. Look how cute they are. These little egg roll wrappers, which are really delicate to eat. They're gonna be perfect. I'm gonna show you what they're gonna look like. I'm gonna put them on the plate for right now, but I need to decorate first with our two sauces that we made and make little different designs. Well, here we go. I've got the sauces that took a few tries to get them down to where I wanted them. And they're in these really fun squeeze bottles. They're great for decorating. But first of all, I'm gonna do the mango. And I'm just gonna do my swirlies back and forth. Trust me, I've been fine-tuning these plate decorations for a few days now. So I've tried everything. I've done swirls, I've done, you know, jagged edges, and this is what I've come up with that I think I like the best. I hope you guys like it too. And then I have micro herbs that we're gonna, you know, decorate the plate with as well. And of course our toasted sesame seeds. So I have everything here. I've got my beautiful little spring rolls. And so they give you actually 3 minutes. Ah! I thought they had 5 minutes, but it's only 3 minutes. I read in the FAQs and I was a little bit in shock, so I have been timing myself. I'm not gonna time myself here though. I'll time myself tomorrow, get some more practice in. Okay, so here we go. All right, now that doesn't look so bad. This I can clean up. This I'm going to try and go back over that. And this I can try and go back over too. To try and thicken that up. And I have a paper towel here. I better not do this on Sunday though. But this is still practice. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these dots down. This is the ginger soy sauce. This was the mango sauce. And I'm just gonna put dots. And I wanna make them different sizes. I'm gonna start out large, and then I'm gonna go a little bit smaller. And then one more. Okay, it's not pretty. All right, so how do I want to do this? I have 3 cups here. I'm gonna put one here, and one next to it. All right, so once it's down, it's down. So in the cups, I have julienne some beautiful little rounds of daikon radish and carrots. The carrots I actually had to blanch because carrots are pokey and they would not hold the shape. So I already made little round, and I'm going to put them in just like that. Look how pretty that is. All right, so they're going to go in, and then these are going to go right on top. Now what I want to do is I want to sprinkle my sesame seeds all over the plate like this and on top of my rolls, and have them stick in the sauce. Okay, we won't move that around too much. And then I am going to just sprinkle some micro herbs. You know, I strategically put them down earlier, and I felt that I wasn't doing it well strategically. So I just started to, I'll put some on top. I just started to let them fall randomly, and it just came out so much better. And it looks like a freeform art. I guess being an art major really hopefully helped. All right, I think that looks pretty. I hope you guys do too. I'll give you a close-up in just a minute. Okay, so what do we think here? This is what the finished plate looks like. I hope you like it. I think it looks pretty. It has some height, it has some color. Boy, we're packed full of flavor here. We have the herbs, the mint, and we have these spring rolls that I toasted in the oven, that I roasted. And our mango sauce, our ginger peanut sesame sauce, and the micro herbs. I think it looks really pretty. I hope the judges are gonna like it too. All right, well, thank you for sharing with me. So we did it. Thank you for sharing with me today and creating this plate, watching me decorate. I have been practicing for days, so hopefully it'll go well this weekend. I love these sauces. I think you're really gonna like these sauces. You can have them with so many different things. I'll let you know the outcome of the MasterChef open call this weekend. You could find these recipes, as always, on my website at thetravelingepicurean.com. Have a great weekend. Ciao!